Hey guys, this is Brandon from Tap Rack Bank Training. Today we're going to talk about something really cool, which is from Rogue Gun Works. This is their 365 XL compensator, and on the table here too we got the Glock 26 compensator. Although they sent us these, right, because one, these are weapons that are not necessarily built comps for, but they also make a lot of compensators for Glock 17s, 320s, and all that. But the design for this is purpose built for Californians, right? So it's the traditional, obviously threaded barrel, right? Hold on, Californians, 1 second. Threaded barrel, and then you got your compensator right here. But the way they did it, right, is they created and they included a roll pin in it that you can pin and weld that compensator in your gun, okay? Making it California compliant. So the kit comes with the barrel, the compensator itself, and a roll pin. The way it goes, disassemble your pistol, take out your slide. Once you got the barrel taken out from the slide, insert this in there, and then what you're going to do is you're going to screw in your compensator. Obviously, different guns, right, even from the same manufacturer, have slightly different tolerances, so you do have to time this, okay? Obviously, port up. Once this is timed, you can go ahead, insert your pin, right, which is a roll pin right here. That completes the first part of you know, making this compliant, right, which is the pinning. You just got to do the welding. A couple options, right? You can solder it yourself, right? That's one option. For the safest option, though, we do suggest here at TRB that if you're going to do it yourself, get it checked by a gunsmith, right? So make sure that it's properly welded in there. Or you can also go to a gunsmith and have them do it for you. So let's do the conversion, right? So I got this Glock 26 right here. Usually the nickname of this gun is the Strap. Reason being because it is from East Los Angeles. It does have the TLR6 that gangster love, right? Because that's all they know. And then it has this super customized gangster garage customs grip tape in the back with whatever the hell's happening here in the bottom. But that's all good, okay? We're gonna go ahead, clear this out real quick. There's no magazine in the gun. Chamber is also clear, okay? So go ahead, do that. There we go. Seems like it's clear. There's no methamphetamine in there. So I'm doing it. All right, so what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna install the barrel into the slide, and then before putting in your recoil spring, because it has that little nub that's gonna stop this from rotating, you're gonna put your muzzle device in. So put the muzzle device in there, go all the way, right? For gangsters, this is okay that the port is sideways because you're gonna be shooting that way, but it's all good, I'm just kidding. You're gonna have to time this right here, okay? I'm gonna grab another barrel right now to show you guys how, even though this is loose, it's not gonna be a problem because the thread itself on the barrel has an actual thing that will stabilize this once we pin it. From here, I can go ahead and pin, right, my muzzle device into this Glock 26. The problem though, since it's not welded yet, technically I can't match this, right? This would be illegal in the state of California. So one thing that to take note on this one, it does have a self-timing feature to it, right? So on the bottom part of it, it's flat, okay? And then the roll pin goes on the bottom part of this compensator. So what that means is it doesn't matter what the tolerance is, right? Once you time it in, obviously this is not properly timed right now. I have to put it back up, and once I put the roll pin in, it will actually time itself to where the top port is at 12 o'clock. So that's extremely great. So now we're gonna go ahead and pin it. Cool? All right, so now we have this installed in there. Obviously it's loose, it's not pinned yet, but we're gonna go ahead and pin that, okay? So it's quite easy. All we're gonna do is we're gonna have, obviously, our hammer right here, and then you got your punches. So let's see if I can do this properly. All right, cool. So obviously with minimal effort, right? The comp is now installed on there. Okay, so as we see here, okay, when you first started this guy, it was definitely loose, okay, but because of that flat surface in the bottom of that thread, now it's all of a sudden timed, right? It was actually quite easy. I didn't even have to do anything, which is definitely a testament to it, right? I've definitely done compensators where they don't have that thread in the bottom. And what would end up happening is somebody would have to hold it, or I would have to use the vise on it. So to prove that it's self-timed now, it's now locked in there in place, right? One more step that we have to do, right, is we just need to solder on weld the left and the right side of this one so that this is now permanently installed with your pistol. Hold on a second. Brendan, how am I gonna clean? Cool, I get that, right? Good question. Next question. Kidding. So what you're gonna do is obviously you're able to push this out, right, and clean it, okay? The parts here that are not visible are still visible on the other side right here, okay? So make sure it's well lubricated. Clean out the bottom part. The way you would clean your barrel now is the same way you would clean a barrel on an AR-15, right? It's still attached to the upper portion of that firearm, okay? So you could still go through a rod right from here. For you using a solid rod, you could push it through, right, and assemble your rod. But for this one, I would suggest like some kind of bore snake or something. It'll be easier for you to clean that way, okay? But this would be your next permanent way to do it. Now I say permanent, right, in a legal sense. It does not mean that a gunsmith cannot take this off, okay? It's just not really readily easy for you to do it yourself. Obviously, once the barrel gets shot up, however many thousand rounds, right, that you do it, if you're 21 and you live in the state of California, it'll probably take you to you're what, like 102? No, I'm kidding. But I know there's a lot of good shooters out there that will probably burn this barrel out, okay? They do have the barrels. What you can do is you can, one, destroy the solder or the weld yourself, punch through it, right? And then take this off, buy a new barrel from them, reattach it, and then boom, you're good to go, right? That's one way to do it. Or you can have a gunsmith remove the pin and weld for you, right? So they'll, you know, just make sure there's no damage into it. And then buy a new one. I'm sure you can retain the compensator, just buy a new barrel and you'll be good to go again. So, like I said, I think it's a non-issue because if people are willing to do 13.7 and 14.5 inch on their AR-15, having a pin and welded compensator into a Glock 26 is good too. The reason this is great though, right? I get it. There are some companies that's not Rogue Gun Works, right, that are doing things to more common pistols out there. But here's the problem. Recently when we were at SHOT Show, a lot of Californians were disappointed because said company is not coming out with a Generation 3 Glock 17 compensator, which did leave them behind. Guess what? Rogue Gun Works does do it for you. You can attach this one into a Glock 17 and then pin and weld it and you'll be good to go running your California compliant Roland specials out there, right, with your 10-round mags. But that's fine. Like I said, the best thing to do here is these are just options, right? Moreover, Rogue Gun Works is also offering this way cheaper, if not on sale, and still slightly cheaper if it's on regular price than most of its competitor that have the QD system that's attached here. Plus, since their system is easier, they are technically able to produce this for more different kinds of pistols versus ones that are purpose-built for specific models, i.e. certain companies only sell it for standard 365s, and then certain companies will only sell it for Glock 17s or 19s. So among the models that they make stuff for is the 365, right? Specifically the 365 XL. Now, wait, hold on, Brendan. Why can't I just get 365X macro? Absolutely, right? This one though is the TACOS version, okay? It does not have a compensator. It actually has the 365 XL barrel into it. So a couple of things that to note in this one. No company, from our knowledge, makes compensators that are California compliant for this one, okay? What they do is they make it for the standard 365 length, right? And then you would have, well, no, the QD system for this one. So this one, why I asked for this specifically, because this 365, the 3.7 barrel, doesn't get any love out there, okay? So obviously, let's clear it out real quick. So no magazine, barrel clear. Unlike a Glock, right? I don't have to pull the trigger in this one, thank God. And boom, now it's on the side right there. Let me just take off the recoil spring, right? Boom. And then I'm gonna take out the stock barrel. So here's a fresh package for this one, okay? From Rogue Gun Works. Comes with a couple of things. You get your barrel. You get 2 pins, right? Just in case you mess it up. or you disassemble it and you need to reattach it. And you got your compensator itself. So attach the barrel, attach my recoil spring. Interesting note on this one is that we might have to test out different weights on these recoil springs to make sure that these guns shoot as best as we can. And from here, unlike a Glock, right, it's pretty much a flat surface where you're able to just thread it in all the way down. Starting to look cool already, not gonna lie. All right there, okay? So it's tight. Boom, 365 XL or tac ops with your pin and welded comp, right? Like I said, I'm gonna pin it, and then at the same time, we're gonna weld it. Cool? So that's what it would look like. 1 millimeter apart, just to make sure this is legal, but that's what it would look like. All right, so now we've successfully pin and welded it, right? So this is what it would look like. So you obviously have your comp and your firearm right here, and on the 26, you get your little mini roll and special, right? One thing we did learn during installation is that when you are putting this on, you need to put it on all the way and back it out one more where it's loose, so it's directly into that groove that we were saying as it's self-timing. Because if not, when you're hitting it, it's not gonna go forward. Other than that, we are excited to take this to the range. All right, hey guys, so let's do some first shots on the Rogue Gun Works P365XL compensator. Okay, yeah, that's pretty fun.
Make sure you like our videos and subscribe to our channel. We put a lot of content out there. We drop a video every Tuesday for your viewing pleasure. And we vary up the content so that way we stay relevant for you.